Hello student, today we discuss the next topic from the second chapter is the fluorescence spectroscopy. In that we study first principle. What is fluorescence? We discuss first fluorescence. When incident radiation, that is incident X-rays, when falls on the sample, some are the absorbed, some are the diffracted, and when some radiations get fluorescence, means fluorescence radiation we get fluorescence radiation. When sample absorb this X-ray radiation, electrons of the atom get excited to the higher state or higher energy level. At higher energy level, these excited electrons are the unstable and they come back towards the ground state. When they come into the ground state, they emit some radiations. Their wavelength is longer compared to incident radiation, and such a radiations are called as the fluorescence radiation. That is, when element is placed in a beam of X-rays, the X-rays are absorbed, the absorbing atoms become excited and X-ray of characteristic wavelength, and this process is called as a X-ray fluorescence. The intensity of fluorescence depends on how much of that element is in the X-ray beam. Hence, measurement of the fluorescence intensity makes possible the quantitative determination of the element. For qualitative studies, the angle of diffraction theta is measured, and the lambda of fluorescence can be calculated by using the Bragg equation, that is n lambda is equal to 2d sin theta. This is the principle of fluorescence method. Now we study the instrumentation of the fluorescence method. This is the schematic diagram of the X-ray fluorescence system. This is the X-ray source. Generally, this is the tungsten source because of the having the short wavelength of the X-ray radiation, and this is therefore we take the selectively tungsten X-ray source. This X-ray source, when passes the primary beam or the X-ray radiation on the sample, this sample diffract the radiation to various direction, but by using collimator we passed only the narrow beam of the X-ray radiation on that analyzer. When these X-ray radiation which are passed from the collimator or falls on the analyzer, some are diffracted into the towards the rotating detector. रोटेटिंग डिटेक्टरकडे ते जाणार. रोटेटिंग डिटेक्टर म्हणजे तो ॲडजस्टेबल असतो. ज्या साईडला आपण ते रॅडिएशन पास करतो तिथे तो रोटेट होतो, मुव्हेबल असतो तो. These are the diffracted secondary beam or the radiation. Here also the collimators. There are incident radiation theta, and this is the diffracted radiation theta, and that detector record the or detect the radiation of that samples. This is the instrumentation of fluorescence system. The filtered primary X-rays from the tube hit the sample and produce the fluorescence radiation characteristics of the elements in the sample. Characteristics radiation तिथे तो प्रोड्यूस करतो, तो सॅम्पल तिथे प्रोड्यूस करतो ॲज अ फ्लोरोसन्स रॅडिएशन. दिस रॅडिएशन पासेस थ्रू ए कॉलिमीटर अँड द रिलेटिव्ह वेवलेंथ आर सेपरेटेड बाय द डिफ्रॅक्टिंग क्रिस्टल, अँड द intensity of each wavelength is determined and recorded as a synchronized detector rotate in an arc around the analyzing crystal. This is the working of that X-ray fluorescence system. Now we see the component of the equipment. The principal problem with X-ray fluorescence is its the lack of sensitivity. lack of sensitivity. This is the principal problem of the X-ray fluorescence. This factor influences the design of all the component of the equipment. Because of the lack of sensitivity, the design of all components of the equipment is very important, and the intensity of X-ray source must be high. For this reason, the voltage to the source must be high. In fact, it may be high as 100 kilovolt. The wavelength of radiation from the source must be shorter than the minimum wavelength required to excite the sample. म्हणजे किती वेवलेंथ नेसेसरी याला तर द वेवलेंथ ऑफ रेडिएशन फ्रॉम द सोर्स मस्ट बी शॉर्टर दॅन द मिनिमम वेवलेंथ रिक्वायर्ड टू द एक्साइट सॅम्पल. म्हणजे जितकी वेवलेंथ सॅम्पल एक्साइट करण्यासाठी लागते त्याच्यापेक्षा वेवलेंथ कशी पाहिजे तर शॉर्ट पाहिजे, प्रेफरेबली लेस दॅन दी 16% ऑफ द मिनिमम. जवळपास ती 16% कमी पाहिजे. अँड दिस रिक्वायरमेंट इन्फ्लुएन्सेस द चॉईस ऑफ द टार्गेट टू बी यूज्ड इन द सोर्स. अँड द कॉमन टार्गेट एलिमेंट इज द tungsten, which has high atomic number and therefore having the shortened wavelength of the X-ray radiation. The selective X-ray fluorescence may be carried out by using the X-ray beam with a wavelength that excite one element but is too long to excite another, and in this system only one element will be fluorescent. So the second component is monochromator. This is the X-ray source. This is all about the X-ray source. Then the second most important component is the monochromator. The monochromator used is an analyzing crystal that acts with X-ray in the same way as the grating monochromator with visible light. And for best sensitivity, a curved crystal is used. Curved crystal monochromator is generally used, and the curved crystal have made from the NaCl, that is sodium chloride, lithium fluoride, quartz, and the choice of this curved crystal monochromator depends on the wavelength range to be investigated. Then the next component is the sample holder. The sample holder is made up of material transparent to X-ray beam. Sample holder कसे पाहिजे तर ते transparent to the X-ray beam. Generally low atomic number element such as carbon, hydrogen are used to make the excellent sample holders. Low atomic number का तर they absorb towards the shorter wavelength. Therefore the low atomic number elements components are used to make the excellent sample holders. The liquid makes the most satisfactory sample because they flow into the reproducible shape with the flat surface, and the solvent which contains only low atomic number element, for example water, then HNO3, are used because they absorb the X-ray weakly, and therefore these liquids are used to make the sample material. The solid samples that are not readily converted to liquid should be ground to a powder. Then analyzer. Element with atomic number 12 to 92 can be analyzed in air. Also the atomic number 5 to 11 fluoresce at long wavelength and fluorescence is absorbed by the air. And the analysis of this group carried out in vacuum or helium atmosphere to reduce loss of fluorescence intensity by the air absorption. Then we see the pulse height analyzer to analyze the X-ray fluorescence. This is the diagram for the X-ray fluorescence system utilizing a pulse height analyzer. This is the X-ray fluorescence system which having the pulse height analyzer. X-ray source falls the radiation on the sample. Then these radiations are the diffract and goes towards the pulse height analyzer. Here detector, beryllium window, fluorescent radiation. These are the fluorescent radiation. Here helium exit, that is this is the helium atmosphere. Here a helium atmosphere. This beryllium window. By this beryllium window, this fluorescent radiation pass towards the detector, and after detector this goes towards the pulse height analyzer. A pulse height analyzer is an electronic circuit used to count only those pulses which lie within predetermined wavelength region, and the detector may be either a proportional counter, a scintillation counter, or a semiconductor. This is the component of the fluorescence system. In next lecture, we discuss the application of the fluorescence spectroscopy. Today we stop here. Thank you.